that you smiled today. So today is going to be a different type of video. If you don't know, my name is Erin, and Kinks and Drinks, Kinks is natural hair and Drinks is when I mix it up a little bit. I do videos that aren't about hair, and usually I pre-record most of my videos, and I know right now I am about 40 people, 45 was last time I checked, and I know that 99.9% of the people who are watching me right now are black, but I just wouldn't feel right if I didn't speak on the issues that are going on right now in 2020. In my soul, I wouldn't feel right if I were to keep on pre-recording videos and me just like, hey, how you doing? Right now I don't feel that way. So the first thing that I do want to know is, like, how are you guys feeling? Like, honestly, how are you guys doing? I hope that every single one of you guys are doing okay. I did post a video not that long ago about mental health and how important mental health is, and I did mention that video that I do tend to bottle stuff up when I know I probably shouldn't. I just want to let you guys know that it is okay if you need to turn off your phone, read a book, take a nap, watch a movie. Like, the world is going through something, and that's very traumatizing emotionally. So it is okay to just turn off your phone and like escape for a few hours if you really need to. If you dive into the news for too long, it starts to mess you up mentally. I know that I've been messed up a little bit mentally. I had to take a few breaks. Doing my hair is part of my self-care, which is why I film every time I do my hair. But in this instance, I just had to turn off my phone and like watch a movie and just twist up my hair. So I didn't record this. But I just wanted to say that it's okay if you need to pray, take some time to yourself, go for a walk. Like, your mental health should come first. So I want to let you know that it's okay if you need to disconnect for a little bit, and when you're ready to reconnect, you know, tell your family and your friends how you're feeling. Don't keep things bottled up inside like I have been doing. For the year 2020, I don't know, I started off just like everybody else, thinking, oh, it's a new decade, 2020 vision. 4 years ago when I started college, like most of you who've been in college or in high school or middle school right now who are just graduated, you probably got told 2020 vision, you are the future. The same little speech that I got told. Graduation was canceled, a lot of events got canceled. Like, 2020 started off like everyone else, like, I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna plan to do this, I'm gonna plan to do that, and then it started going slowly downhill, and then got downhill way too fast, and then the pandemic, and then quarantine, and then what's going on now. It's just a lot of pressure that just built up, and I'm a person who's not afraid of change. I think that change is needed and necessary, whether it's good or bad. Change really helps you grow. It's like one of the biggest things, because I do not want to be the same place that I was 10 years ago, 5 years ago. I like the change, I like the growth that's been progressing, even though I had to go through like trials and tribulations to get to where I am today. The growth that represents my struggles, I really appreciate. That's why I think change is a necessary thing, even though people tend to be scared of it. But 2020, like, as a whole, I couldn't really put it into words how I felt, and I read something that really explained how I'm feeling, so I'm gonna read it to you guys. So Leslie Dwight said, what if 2020 isn't canceled? What if 2020 is the year we've been waiting for? A year so uncomfortable, so painful, so scary, so raw, that it finally forces us to grow. A year that screams so loud, finally awakening us from our ignorant slumber. A year we finally accept the need for change, declare change, work for change, become the change. A year we finally band together instead of pushing each other further apart. 2020 isn't canceled, but rather the most important year of them all. Leslie Dwight. So a lot of people have been saying like 2020 is canceled, every month is something new, what's gonna happen next? Like, we're not even halfway. I think we just got halfway through 2020. And after reading that, it like brought me back to my freshman year when they told me 2020 vision. And the biggest thing that's been happening is true colors. People's actual true colors are coming to life. You're seeing people as their raw self when no one's looking. Like, their true colors are coming out, and that's something that we needed. We needed to see all the injustice, we needed to see all the hatred, we needed to see what's actually going on, and all that pressure made us kind of explode in a way. Before I was working, now I don't have a job. Like, all the financial pressure, the pandemic, people losing their jobs, people losing like their homes. For me, as a college student, people who are on campus are now technically homeless because they lived on campus and now they had to be forced out of nowhere. They weren't expecting this. And like all this pressure brings me to the main topic that I'm about to talk about, that you kind of already know I'm about to talk about. I'm gonna try to do it without crying. Black Lives Matter. It really frustrates me when I see people say all lives matter, but they just don't understand. There's a lot of videos and like comments of people going back and forth with each other, calling each other idiots, calling each other stupid. It's okay to not know something. All lives do matter, but they can't until Black Lives Matter. And some people genuinely don't know that. Like they don't comprehend that. I saw like a lot of analogies, like if my leg was broken and I need a cast, and then someone else says, well, what about me? And their leg isn't broken. Like if the paramedic was like, okay, we need to give everyone a cast, but my leg is the one that's broken. If a house was on fire, the firefighters put out that fire for that specific house. They don't go to all the houses and put out the fire. There is no fire in all the other houses. It's just this one house. There's like so many different analogies to like thoroughly explain, because some people don't understand how the all lives matter hashtag. It's a little insensitive. It doesn't really make any sense. Like it can't happen if not all lives are mattering right now. Right now we're just focusing on Black lives. We're focusing on the minorities, the people of color. Like all lives do matter, but right now we're focusing on this major issue that gets brushed under the rug every single year. And it's frustrating because people are like, oh, just move back to Africa. You can't just get up and move to Africa. I mean, you really can't. And you can't remove the color of your skin. It's like we just have to get along. There's no other way around it. We just have to. Parents should have to tell their kids, you know, don't wear hoodies. Make sure you watch your back. Don't do this, don't do that. When I went to college in a very small town. I went to HBCU, if you guys may or may not know. And that college was located in Ohio, in the backwoods of Ohio. I was getting followed in grocery stores. Just felt uncomfortable outside of campus. Inside of campus was beautiful. I was surrounded by all Black people at HBCU, all my peers. It's just as soon as like we left campus, that's when we get pulled over, that's when we get followed, that's when we get questioned. A part of change comes with being uncomfortable. I did watch the video. I stumbled upon it and I watched it, and it didn't really hit me all at once. Before I felt like overwhelmed, and then I felt numb, and then I felt angry, and then I felt sad, and then I felt confused, and then the protests started. In the back of my mind I was thinking, oh well, there's gonna be protests and it's gonna get brushed under the rug, but it hasn't. People are so tired. I'm so tired. They just keep going. I don't want to tell anybody to give up. Just keep going. I've seen the protests, I've seen the riots. Honestly, if I didn't have overprotective parents, I would go outside myself and stay on the forefront. It gives me so much hope that I don't think this is gonna get brushed on the rug this time. I honestly think that people are going to strive and not give up. I keep seeing the same quote of the riots are the voices of the unheard. And it is. We had to bring some attention. 50 states, 18 countries, anonymous, witches. I even saw Batman. I saw the Black Panther. It was a group of Black people with some guns rallying all our allies. It takes all of that. And the looting, I'm not mad at the looting. And honestly, there's a reason for all this looting. It's like the pressure that I was talking about before. There is still a pandemic going on. The looting is part of people losing their jobs, losing their houses, needing money. It's part of people demonstrating like you gotta make noise to be heard. And all this property damage, like that shouldn't outweigh a human life at all. Your property shouldn't outweigh a human life at all. I saw a video of a Black man who had a shop that got looted, and on the news they asked him how he felt, and he understood. He was like, I'm not mad at it, honestly. He's like, I understand why they did it. I'm not mad. What makes me mad is seeing the other videos with the police looting, like seeing videos of police officers carrying Nike shoes and vandalizing their own cars and just leaving them and saying, oh, somebody vandalized our car. Like, no, they didn't. There's evidence. And that's why I love social media so much, because you can't hide anymore. As soon as somebody presses record, you can't really hide anymore. It's going to get out. And educating yourself is just so important to get the whole picture, to understand that yes, you can watch the news, but you also have to get other resources. Like Instagram has resources, even TikTok has resources. Some people are deleting TikTok, the app, but the things that I've seen on TikTok is a lot of young Black people who were my age or younger speaking out because they can't just go outside. They're teenagers, so they stay home, they spitting knowledge, like they have facts, they have videos. They're just really coming together on TikTok, all the Black creators, and speaking their mind and not staying silent. And I think that you just need to understand the whole picture before you start commenting and saying how this and this happened when actually that didn't happen. There's a video of this guy and he's on the news, and I think he has like a black eye. Has his face all beat up, and he said that he was driving and he shouted "All lives matter," and a bunch of Black people jumped him. But then there's video evidence of him outside of his car with a weapon hurting people, and then he got jumped. You just have to see the whole entire picture before you believe anything that they say in the news, like, well, this happened. No, the news can edit, just like replace sounds or like gunshots and things like that. Like things like that you have to educate yourself on. It's so important to vote. Like it is so important to vote. And if you do plan on voting, you have to understand who you're voting for. So do the research, take the time. Honestly, we're still going through pandemics and probably not doing nothing, but take the time to research, make sure that you're voting for the right people, because the vote does count. Even though many people my age who can vote don't believe it, the vote does count, and it's just worth a shot, honestly. So the biggest thing that was racking my brain was, what can I do to help? And I've come up with some ways to help, and I just want to tell you guys some ways to help. Firstly, educate yourself, educate others, repost stuff, make posts yourself. You can also sign petitions. I'll link some petitions down below. I like change.com because after you sign one petition, it's a one-click sign, so you just click and sign all the petitions that need to be signed. There are emails, text messages, phone calls that you can make. Some organizations have already like a email templates. You just gotta fill out the information and just send it. I'll link some of those down below if I can find some. You can donate money if you have it. If you don't have any money, like not even $1 that you can spare, what you can do, what I've been doing, is there are different playlists on YouTube, and the YouTubers say that they're going to take the AdSense money and donate it to different organizations. So I'll link some of the playlists down below. Usually I play a playlist on my laptop whenever I'm not using it. I play the playlist on my phone while I'm going to sleep. You can mute the playlist if you don't really want to watch it. Just having it run over and over again and have the ads run over and over again so that the YouTuber makes money so they can donate their revenue. Like right now I have the playlist going. Just don't be afraid to use your voice. If you have anything to say, I kept thinking like, should I say something? I just didn't feel right if I didn't say something. Like I know that I have a really small platform. I know that my platform is mostly Black people who love natural hair as much as I do, but I just wanted to take a minute to like share some information, tell you that you're not alone. If you're feeling overwhelmed or numb or angry or sad or just confused or frozen, like you're just not alone. If you have anything to say, comment down below, or you can DM me on Instagram. If you just want to talk it out with somebody, like your parents or your relatives just don't understand what you're going through, and your friends are tired of hearing it, or any reason, I know that people are losing friends, losing followers, things they just never expected because people are really showing their true colors. If you've lost a friend, you just want to talk about it, you can talk to me about anything, honestly. I'm an open book, I'm open to listen. And I just want to finish with my final thoughts. So it's so crazy, we're living in history. Like I know I'm smiling, but it's not really something to smile about. Like the things that we read in school about the civil rights movement, about slavery, about all the protests that went on, the peaceful protests. We're tired of being peaceful, and we're living in history right now. Like this will be in our history textbooks. You know, when you get older and your grandkids or your kids ask you what happened in the year 2020, just gotta be like, well, you ready for this? It's a roller coaster. Because like 1 minute I'm up here and I'm like ecstatic and I'm happy because, you know, we're Black communities coming together, Black is beautiful. and then I read something else that's just sad and I go back down and I'm like, oh, old case just reopened, like yes, finally they can look into this, and then go back down. It's like there's not enough evidence when there's clearly enough evidence. Like, I've been on a roller coaster lately, and that's why I say it's important to take a step back. I just want people to know, like, we are not our ancestors. We aren't. We're ready to fight. We are the generation that grew up. We read The Hunger Games, Divergent, Harry Potter. We saw movies like The Purge, A Bug's Life, where the grasshoppers were against the freaking ants, but there's more ants, so that ants realize that they have the power. The musical Hamilton, like, we've read and saw so much of this stuff, and we're just tired of it. It's a fight, it's a revolution, it's a civil rights movement part 2, it's whatever you want to call it, but it's serious and it's not stopping. That's what I appreciate so much right now. People aren't stopping. People are still posting, people are still speaking now, people are still trying to figure out ways to make things right. Recently I just saw that the George Floyd, the murderers were just raised a degree. I don't know the correct terminology, but it was 3rd degree and now it's 2nd degree, and it's not just him, it's the other 3 people that were accompanying him, and it's just great. But we're not stopping there. Like, I want to see old cases reopened. I want to see people who are just walking around free be investigated, be put to prison. I want to see people who are in prison currently who are innocent be taken out of prison. I want to see everyone be reevaluated, because one bad apple, that didn't make any sense to me. There was a video on TikTok and it was a dude, and he walks into a store and he says, "Can I have a sandwich?" And the person's like, "Okay, well, I'm going to, you know, mess up your sandwich. I'm gonna, like, let's just say throw up on the sandwich." And the dude was like, "Ew, no, that's gross." And then somebody else comes, is like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, he's just a bad apple. He does not represent the rest of this sandwich shop. We are all great workers." I'm like, no, that's still nasty. You need to get rid of that bad apple. Like, that's still a bad worker that you need to get rid of. I read somewhere and it was like, why don't we treat the police how we treat doctors? Doctors have licenses, and if something goes wrong, your license get revoked. So why can't police, like, have some form of license, and if something goes wrong, just take it away, take their badge away? I don't know. There's a lot of videos that show different ways to protect yourself. If you do plan on protesting, I think you should look into, like, the correct cover-ups. Cover up your face, still, like, for the pandemic, still cover up your eyes, different supplies that you can bring. Make sure that all the tattoos are covered up, so that, you know, any tear gas or anything that doesn't affect that. So what's coming next for my channel? I'm still going to produce hair content, non-related hair content. I want this to be like a positive, upbeat environment. I just didn't want to start making new content without speaking on this first. And the same goes for Instagram and other social medias. Just want you guys to protect yourself mentally, protect yourself if you do plan on going outside to protest. Make sure that you take a break if you need to, take a nap, talk to somebody. I just want to let you guys know that you're not alone. If you need someone to talk to, you can talk to me. Anything that I mentioned today in this video, I have linked down below. Make sure to pay attention when it's time to vote. And you can vote. Please go out and vote, because this year isn't over yet. I don't know what's coming next, but it's going down in the history books. Keep fighting. I love all of you guys, all 40 plus of you guys. And just stay safe, okay? We'll get through this. Even though it's gonna be a while, we'll get through this. We'll get through this. No justice, no peace. Black Lives Matter. I love every single one of you guys, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.